Oh my freaking goodness, guys, we just got the trailer for the Broly movie, and wow, my heart is beating out of my chest. The excitement, it is at an all-time peak right now. The animation just looks absolutely phenomenal. It's very, very different than what we're traditionally used to out of Dragon Ball, but the story, the sound effects, the animation, the art, everything looks incredible. It looks like it's almost like they're using a different program. In fact, the software choice almost looks like Megalobox to me. Very rough around the edges sort of lines. Broly's character is fantastic. Now, somehow, in his base form, he's able to take on Goku and Vegeta, all of their forms, even Super Saiyan Blue. Broly, let me repeat that. Broly is in base form, and he's taking on all of Goku and Vegeta's forms, even God forms. So when Broly transforms, oh my god, the power level of this guy must be absolutely ridiculous. Is Beerus going to get involved, or is Goku going to win with Ultra Instinct? I mean, it has to be one of the two, because if Super Saiyan Blue, even with Kaioken, is nothing to Broly, only options right here are Beerus and Ultra Instinct. So guys, this video I'm doing right here is more of like a first impression sort of video, because I'm going to do another one, a full breakdown, detailed analysis. We can talk about some of that here, but I really need to break this down frame by frame, and right now I'm way too excited to do that. But some of the things I do want to show you and point out, and some questions I have, we'll go through those in this video. Look out for another video tomorrow breaking down all of the Easter eggs and all of the big pieces of information that have come out of this trailer. So Whis asked Goku, why do you seek even more strength? And he said, well, there were so many strong people in the Tournament of Power, I'm all riled up. And at this point, we see a Saiyan pod flying past Mars and actually heading towards Earth. No doubt it's probably Broly. Now, the artistic choice in this, it looks very clean. Goku looks very, very young, but remember, this is an animation-friendly character sheet, so it's going to make it really easy for the super complex battles coming up between Broly and Goku and Vegeta and the rest of the company. Here we see this snowy landscape. It's probably Earth. They're probably going to investigate the Saiyan pod that just landed, and there we see Beerus, Piccolo, Bulma, and a bunch of new characters that belong to Frieza's army. Okay, so we're going to get introduced to all these Frieza Force members. They look very weak, and it seems like they have come to check out the Saiyan pod that has also landed on Earth, possibly. That could have been a flashback, because here Goku and Vegeta have come to meet Broly. They say that's him. They know of this guy. Somebody told them of Broly in advance. And of course, Vegeta's saying, I don't know who he is, but his energy is tremendous. There he's wearing that necklace that is no doubt controlling him, and we get some beautiful shots of Goku and Vegeta, a Dragon Ball falling down into a crater. So I guess they're hunting the Dragon Balls, and here's Paragus, who says, do it, Broly. He tells Broly to go in, and they charge in against Goku and Vegeta. Notice Frieza's spaceship behind Broly, so he is on the Frieza Force. Frieza must have picked this guy up, but the crazy thing is, later we see Broly fighting Frieza. So is he on the side of Frieza? Is this a whole other Frieza spaceship and Frieza Force that maybe broke apart from Frieza's army? Broly is just attacking Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta saying he's learning during the fight. And we do get some really nice images, clean shots with 3 gradients of shading for Goku and Vegeta that look absolutely beautiful. Somehow this dude in his base form is just annihilating everybody's ultimate forms. Well, I wouldn't say ultimate forms, but pretty close to that. Frieza saying, magnificent, what a power level. And you think that maybe this is when Frieza first encountered Broly and wanted to recruit him, but Broly's already wearing the Frieza Force armor there, so that's not a possibility. Nice impact frames here, probably Natoshi Shida. I've seen a lot of images here that I'm almost positive are Natoshi Shida. We're probably also going to get Takahashi. Fantastic bends and smears and great perspective art of the characters as Goku and Broly clash. Now here, Vegeta is saying, looks like it's tougher than we imagined. So it's like they know about him somehow. Vegeta here is in a fist clench with Broly. It looks like he's struggling. He's in base form there. Goku is in Super Saiyan God. There's just so much to this movie. So much is happening. So many transformations. This movie is absolutely going to be ballistic. Goku and Broly clash. Broly is in base form against Super Saiyan Blue. I just can't get over this. Like, they're saying this dude's power level is pretty much God form. Here we have what I believe is a young Paragus finding Broly. I don't think in this movie Paragus is his biological father. I think that Paragus found Broly when he was young and kind of recruited him, and he's like his adopted father in a sense. And then here we have two Saiyans. This could be Goku and Broly as their kids. Here Goku's knocked down. Now this is a really interesting image right here of Paragus and some other Saiyan. It kind of looks like Shallot. I mean, there's so much going on. Obviously flashback. And then we get the ultimate, the most badass image right here of Broly coming out of the ground. No doubt unleashing his full power here against Goku's Super Saiyan Blue. And Goku's just like, you just keep getting stronger and stronger, which is, you know, typical legendary form. They just continue to get stronger as the fight progresses. Broly looks like a madman, screams out a thunderous roar. Energy is just pouring out of him. This is probably where his armor blows off, and I think at the same time this is probably where he's breaking out of his restriction necklace. The movie Dragon Ball Super Broly. Oh my God, guys. I am so freaking pumped. Now this image here at the end, they show it at the end like it's something special. It just shows a little baby Saiyan with a tail sitting in some kind of machine. Like they almost showed at the end like that's supposed to be special. Was he like genetically created or something like that? That's a possibility. The story of an unknown Saiyan. They said that Akira Toriyama had more input in this movie than any other movie ever of the Dragon Ball franchise. So this is more Toriyama than anything else, and I think the art style really fits him. Again, the software must be a big change. Like they must be doing something very, very different. As you can tell, just the compositing and everything looks like a drastic change. So it's something that I think people are going to have to kind of get used to. It's very, very different than what we're used to. Traditionally, we have very high contrast, but here in this trailer, it's very, very low contrast. The lines aren't even black. They're actually more of like a dark brown. That may be due to the compositing. But regardless of the software change, whatever it is, they still put in crazy amounts of work on the shading. And some of the frames, when you zoom in with Broly, you see all these like jagged edges on the shading itself, which I will talk about. I'll point it out the second we see it. But that takes a lot of work to do all of that shading. So just because the character models are slightly simpler, just because the line quality looks different because it may be some different software, doesn't mean they're not putting in insane amounts of work and extra frames. So pretty much they are trying to almost like reboot the Dragon Ball franchise in this new style. This is something that no doubt this movie is just going to kill it in the theaters. And if we get a new series, which I'm pretty sure we will, it will be in this new style. So somebody is going to tell Goku and Vegeta about Broly, but they must also be hunting for the Dragon Balls, unless Paragus or Frieza is hunting for the Dragon Balls. But someone's going to tell Goku and Vegeta, hey, there's this guy Broly, he's a Saiyan with insane power. And then Vegeta's going to be like, Broly, I never heard of this guy before. But then they know that they're going to have to go challenge him, and here they do. Vegeta even smiles when he takes the first hit there. I love that. Shading looks great. Vegeta goes Super Saiyan, still getting slammed around like he's nothing. Now, Vegeta said he's learning during the damn fight. That's very similar to Oob in the final episode of Dragon Ball Z. So most likely Paragus has been keeping Broly at bay using the technology on his belt. As we saw from the character sheets video I posted yesterday, he does have the same sort of technology, or at least it looks like it, in order to control Broly. And that would make sense why he's learning during the fight. He's probably never even unleashed the full power berserk form, legendary form, or maybe only once. Maybe that's why Paragus needed that technology in the first place, which is very similar to movie 8. Now, one interesting thing here to note is the impact frames and the aura design is vastly different than what we're used to. It has some reminiscence of very old school Dragon Ball Z to particular artists, but it's not something that you traditionally see too much. We don't really usually get crazy impact frames anymore, so they're changing that as well, which is something I personally love. Lots of impact frames for transformations and for power hits. It's one way to emphasize the strength behind a character, and I like that they're incorporating that in the very jagged jagged aura lines that are shooting off Goku. Here, this almost looked like 3D. That scene we just saw, that may actually be some 3D cuts. Now, there is actually going to be a lot of backstory in here. Right here, you can see what I believe is Paragus and a young Broly. Later on, when we see Paragus land, and there's another Saiyan there, which I'm really curious about learning about. You know, this is probably what they were talking about. There's going to be more Saiyans than you've ever seen before, and that's because there's going to be so much backstory probably about how Paragus found Broly. He may be genetically created. Paragus is going to find him. Right there, you see a destroyed space pod and another Saiyan who probably found the space pod. Maybe Paragus is the captain, and they find a baby Broly who just barely survived. Paragus says, I'm going to take him under my wing and control him for my own deeds. So more information is going to be coming out. I'm going to do a much more detailed breakdown and analysis of this trailer, but I'm just so excited I had to get this out. That Super Saiyan Blue aura looks fantastic, by the way, and the shading to the Super Saiyan Blue hair also is very different color scheme as well. So lots of interesting stuff. I mean, this is hugely different Dragon Ball than we're used to, but personally, I think it looks great. I think they're trying to almost reboot the franchise with a brand new look, and they've done a very successful job. I know fans are going ballistic over this trailer. I know I am. Leave your comments below, guys. I'll see you tomorrow with a much more detailed breakdown video than this one. Thank you guys so much. I'm Mastar. Talk to you soon. Peace.